Hi, Jim, Samara, Lou, Vivian. I don't know if Vivian's still here. She said she would be here if she didn't fall asleep. Let me put my camera on so you can see how I've aged another year. Oh my God. Ems, Happy New Year. How did your New Year's Eve go? I hope it went well. Misbehaving. Misbehaving changed my name to Exarla. Gemma, Happy New Year. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it was. That's amazing. Amazing was amazing. Good. My typo game began. Oh my gosh. You guys, there was so much going on. And like me, I'm like oblivious to everything that's going on. And I think I will remain oblivious. I don't think I want to know what's going on. I don't think, look at I got for Christmas. I got this sweater for my stepdaughter for Christmas. Well, the whole family really. So I got a new wallet to match my purse. My husband stopped at the outlets before he came back home and got me a new wallet to match my purse. Yay! It's smaller though. It's small. It's a small wallet. My other one was bigger. It held more. I'm not used to it. Small wallet. So how are you guys? These freaks need to lose their channels. Yeah, some of them should. Yeah, they sure should. I'm telling you, the stuff that's going on here is amazing. Not amazing. It's discouraging. Let me know if you want to know, Carla, because I will let her rip. Oh, yeah. Come on up. Hang on a second. I have to get something in the kitchen. I was so PO'd this morning because I was baking and I made hi Margie. I made a key lime pie and I went to pull the powdered sugar out of the cupboard and I hadn't closed it properly. All over the floor, all over me, all over the floor. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Do you want to come up, Samara? Hang on. Let me put the hang on. Let me put the link in the chat and I'll put it up on I'll pin it so whoever wants to come up can come up. Whew, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, guys. If I sneeze, don't mind me. Good morning, Pandora. Yeah, so if you want to come up, you can come up because I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest with you. Actually, I did fall asleep listening to something, but I was like not constant. You know how you listen to something, but you're not hearing really? Are you feeling feisty? Well, then come on up. Come on up. I'm not feeling feisty, really. Oh God, I look messy this morning. Um, I'm just, I, yeah, I'll just listen to what's going on. I'm sneezing a lot lately, and I don't know if it's allergies. I hope it is allergies. Um, I did some cracking in the chats yesterday, but nothing too crazy. Some cracking. Uh, oh, okay. Cindy! Can't stay long. Got all my children, grandchildren here until the 9th. Granddogs too. Oh, that's nice. Cindy, we've got to talk. I'm Jenna. Hello, Jenna. Oh my God. It's like reunion time here. So, anyways, it's pinned to the top of the chat, whoever wants to come up. Well, you don't have to ask me twice. Grabbing some coffee. Be there in a minute. Okay, sure. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Cindy. Cindy, when you have some time, you'll have to let us know what's been going on with you, because we all miss you. We really do. My fingers were swollen this morning. I could barely get my rings off. And when they swell up like that, my rings are on my fingers, they itch. It's like they really itch. I have to get them off or they drive me crazy. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I'm a weirdo. I am. I'm a weirdo. Are you coming up, Samara? Or Samara feeding her kitties? So anyways, yeah, I don't really have much to say. I mean, we had a nice, quiet New Year's. And like I said, I got up real early this morning and I made a key lime pie. But when I was whipping the cream to put on top, because it has a layer of whipped cream on top, I dropped the powdered sugar all over my kitchen floor. I was like, oh my God. And then I found this new channel. Oh my God. It's all about cleaning. She cleans, she's got 2 small kids, and all she does is she cleans her refrigerator, she cleans her kids' room, she cleans the living room, she not only cleans, but her blinds were broken, she fixes her blinds. It's just all about, say some prayers for our family though, please. My brother-in-law tested positive for COVID Saturday night, and he was at my parents' house for 4 hours on Saturday. Oh, you've got my prayers, Cindy. Hello, lady.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm climbing up the stairs.
Oh. Are you feeling okay though?
Yeah, I'm just weak.
Yeah. How's your husband feeling?
He's still laid up.
Oh.
Yeah. So bad. Process. Anyways, last night was nuts. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, here on YouTube.
Yeah. Yes.
You'd think there was nothing else going on in the world except for YouTube, the way these people act.
Sometimes. I mean, I don't care what they do as adults. I lost it when they were doxing each other's kids. And bringing kids into it.
I think her company that came to her house tested positive for C, and her husband are now sick, and as well as all the other people most of the other people that were there too. So that's why I was saying, if you get sick or you're, be responsible and don't infect other people if you're not sure, especially if you don't have the vaccine. Oh,
Yeah,
here comes Samara.
that they were unvaccinated. I had to ask,
Uh-huh.
free of her being so sick. And then she went to the room while she was here and tested positive for COVID. And I had my niece and her 2 little girls over for dinner. She infected them. They've all tested positive for well. So just one person infected people.
One person infected how many?
7.
7 people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Thank goodness all children that were exposed have not exhibited any, even though 2 of the 3 were tested and tested positive.
So, okay,
Anyway.
girls, tell me what's going on.
Samara.
Well, first, misbehaving. Did you watch the part where Molly called the cops on Benny?
Her lame live where she was leaving the police department. Yeah.
Hi, Jenna.
Hey.
Hey, Jenna.
Hey. I figured, hey, it's a reunion. We should all be on camera,
I
right?
know. We just need Cindy. Cindy's in the chat.
Right?
Yes. I'm praying for your mom and dad too, Cindy. Oh my gosh. My husband, if it makes you feel any, hi Joy. If
Hey,
it makes
Joey.
you feel any better, my husband was exposed to someone that had tested positive for COVID, and we've not gotten anything from it. So I guess yeah, we were lucky. And we were around people before that, but we had no idea. We weren't sick or anything. So,
Hey, Cindy.
but how would you know? How would you know? Like, if you're not sick, how would you know that you're not, positive?
You would just have to take the test, which is hard to come by.
I just took one because I have surgery tomorrow. So because of my surgery, they made me take a COVID test. So I was so worried about it, but I pulled up and I had to stay in my car, and the nurse came to the window, and everybody's saying how they put the tube thing, the Q-tip, way up into your nose, but she did it. So I was thankful because people said it hurts.
I heard they don't have to do it that far up your nose.
No, now they don't have to. So I was grateful for that.
Oh, when I got tested for pneumonia, I had that test where they go way far. I mean, you think they're poking into your brain. That's how far up they go. But yeah.
I'm so glad that they didn't poke up to my brain. Some people said like they got a nosebleed because of how far they were putting it up there. But now when I went, it was simple. It tickled. It made me want to sneeze, but at least it wasn't painful. I was so nervous.
When my grandson was flying, they had to test positive 72 hours before they flew. And we had to take him to a drugstore to get his test. Oh my God.
Hey, Remy.
I had to hold him for him because he knew what was coming. It was terrible.
Oh, speaking of testing before flying, somebody was making false vaccination cards.
Yeah.
With their cricket.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And somebody actually got one of the cards and has it sitting on her table.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fake one.
A fake
one? Cosmic.
Yes, a fake one.
And they're not.
Somebody made fake vaccination cards.
Wow.
Yeah, how did you get that? I wonder.
Mm.
Oh, I can tell you, Voices for the Voiceless made them with her made them with her cricket.
With
That's how.
They're only pieces of paper. Why would you
Hey,
have to
Sunny.
make them with your Cricut? Because mine is only made out of paper. Hi, Sunnyside.
She used it, and then I guess you have to have a code. I've never been vaccinated, but my husband has, and there's like a bunch of numbers you have to use that like go to the CDC or whatever. And I guess she even came up with those codes, and she forged doctor's signature. She had to have a signature on it, so she had to have forged names.
I believe that's
Sunnyside.
offense.
I should look at mine. I don't know how. I've never looked at it. I've just like
Yeah.
just
By the
kept
way,
it in my.
I want to say, if you choose not to be vaccinated, no problem with that whatsoever. Your body, your choice. But be
Right.
responsible. If you're sick, don't go
Yeah.
around other people, and don't get it hurt.
And don't take fake vaccination cards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so that all was exposed last night, which I really don't see how Molly exposing that about Voices for the Voiceless was a wise thing on her part.
It
Being
wasn't.
that she took a
Since
card
she's
herself.
And that was my point, Samara. Is like everybody's going after Voices. And don't get me wrong, what Voices did was wrong. But do you honestly think if Voices and MGL were still friends, this would have came out?
No.
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 Hey,
Mm-mm.
Cindy. I like
Good morning.
your picture. You look
Hey, Cindy.
amazing in that
Thank you.
picture.
Thank
Look how pretty
you.
she
Thank you.
looks.
That's funny, Cosmo.
Good morning, ladies.
Union.
Good morning.
Union time. We haven't been on a panel in forever. I don't think we've
I
ever
know,
been on a
right?
panel together. All of us.
I don't think so either.
Mm-mm.
Hello, thank
Good
you.
seeing you
Hi,
all.
thank you, Nick. Marissa did not take a card. Voices mailed it to her. You don't
Wow,
need
that's
vaccine cards
crazy.
to fly.
Voices, her mailing address thing to send it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marissa had to give in the mailing address. And even though Voices mailed it to her, I just have a hard time if they didn't fall out, would this community have known?
Yeah, why didn't she call it out? Received it. Oh,
Yeah, it
just
should
That's
be.
true.
kept it in her back
Definitely should have
pocket.
been called out.
That's not right.
Ems is looking at her card now. There's no signature except for the nurse that administered it.
That's
Hold
true.
on, I'm gonna look at my husband's too. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute you guys for a second.
That's
How are you? Thank you, Nick.
Fine.
I'm vaccinated, and the card I have, there's like no signature on it. I mean, but it does have the CDC stamp on it. So
yes.
See, my husband had his done at Walgreens, and I'm looking at his right now, and it has a signature, but it's a healthcare professional or the clinic site. But there is numbers after the signature. So there's the signature, and then there's a bunch of numbers that they wrote afterwards. I don't know if everybody has numbers.
I
or
don't
not.
see mine. I don't see mine with any other numbers.
I'm
Like
doing well, thank you, Nick.
right next to the signature is like a bunch of numbers that they hand wrote in, and both of them are different.
I
There's
don't
one.
have a doctor's signature either on mine.
No,
Joy,
where did you get yours done?
I just want to address something Joy
Not
is saying.
far from Pittsburgh.
I think the point
Pittsburgh.
is that until she was upset with Voices before she made this public. And she continued this
Butler
woman
Memorial
day
Hospital.
after-
It's a stamp from their
Hi,
hospital.
German lady.
Hi, German lady. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stamp from the hospital where I got it.
Margie Jones. Yeah. So, I mean, never mind. I'm just going to shut up about some things.
Oh no, you don't have to be quiet.
Huh?
You know, You know,
Hey,
you have
Carla.
me
Hey, everybody.
to back you up on everything.
Yeah, I'll back you up. We love you.
Hey, ladies.
Hi,
Hey,
Gemma.
Talking of vaccine cards, like I'm gonna show mine. I'm double vaccinated. This is my card here, and all it says on the bottom is Public Health England, and then it just has the batch numbers of the vaccine that I had. It doesn't have no doctor's signature, no nurse signature. It just has the dates when I had my
so it must
injections
be
done.
where it depends on where you get it from
I
because
think.
Thank You Next
Yeah.
got hers done at Walgreens like my husband does, and she's got a lot of numbers
Yeah.
and
Mine was
signature.
just a
Am's
stamp.
has numbers, but
That's
not
mine.
in signatures. Some people don't have signatures, so I guess it depends on where you go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine
Probably so. Yeah.
where I got the vaccine is just a stamp, but where I got the booster is from my doctor's office. So they signed it there.
Oh,
So,
see, Joan Lane says mine has the CDC stamp in each shot signed. I didn't see if he had the stamp. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, mine just says Public Health England NHS on my card, but it doesn't have no actual signature. It just has the date stamp of when I had each injection done, and then they write the batch number afterwards.
In
Canada,
Canada, they have QR codes. Wow, it's different everywhere.
It is different everywhere, and my husband does have the CDC stamp on it too.
yeah, mine just has the Butler Memorial Hospital stamp on it. So I
Hey,
guess
Mr. Positive.
Hello, Mr. Positive.
Well, the question is it a federal offense to make imitation vaccination cards?
Yes, it is over here.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I would think it would be.
I would think so. I mean, it shouldn't be allowed.
There was already some people arrested for making fake, vaccine cards. I
That's actually
forget
what
where it was at though,
my
but
husband said that's happened. That's been happening. Like
yeah,
yeah, people have been arrested for that.
yeah.
So I'm like,
It's I
It just
mean,
seemed like it
they're
just
taking this
snowballed last
serious.
night. It went from the vaccination card to doxing and putting phone numbers out and police
Yeah.
calls. It just was crazy last night.
oh my goodness.
I caught some of it before I went to sleep last night, but from what I caught, yeah, it was absolutely crazy. But I hear it was
And
crazy
I
all
completely
weekend.
disagree with Molly wanting to call CPS on that couple.
Yeah, who is that couple, anyways? I have no idea.
They have a channel. They have a
Yeah.
channel. It's called Cracking Cases. They do true crime. I've only been in their chat a couple of times. They seem like a really decent couple. And they really put out only facts. But why MGL is upset with them, I don't know. But calling CPS on them, I mean, really? I just
Yeah.
don't think anybody should have CPS called on them, period.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I mean,
I just don't. Unless you can see abuse happening, you know what I mean? Like it's plain to see in a live that a child is being abused, then by all means, call,
right.
do what you need to do to make sure these children are safe. But just because you have an issue with somebody or whatever, your first instinct is I'm going to call CPS on you.
Hi, Texas.
Yeah, because they're friends with, or they get along with Don and Candace Wells, and that is the reason why she was threatening to call CPS on them,
Are they
which is
friends with them or something? Or what's the
they're
story?
on friendly terms with them, yes.
Oh, okay.
As if that's a crime. I don't
Right.
feel that's a crime at all. Enough to call CPS on them? No.
I thought that was like out of the involving children and CPS calls were supposed to be a no in this community. In this community.
Well, that's the problem, is that the rules only apply to some people. Not to everybody.
Yeah, and it's not a
Yeah.
weapon. Using it as a weapon. It's disgusting.
Marissa,
Marissa doesn't know their real names. She just spouted it out. I think the couple was fooling with Don and Candace. They,
Well, I
okay.
saw a clip where she was asking for their
Yes,
information.
she was asking for their information. Laura had to talk her down into calling CPS. Her reasoning was because they're gallivanting around crossing state lines and hanging out with drug addicts and stuff like that. That was her reasoning.
but
Like when are people going to call it out and say that it's wrong? If it's wrong for some people, why isn't it wrong for everyone?
it should be. It should be. But what was I gonna? No, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Damn it!
Sorry.
Damn it! That's okay. I'll think of it. I'll think of it. What? But why? Why did she see something happen, or did she hear
No.
about something happen?
No,
And how
she's
many
just
kids?
upset. She's just upset that they're on friendly terms with Don and Candace.
And that they're investigating the case too.
But who is how many kids do they have? Young kids, or what's going
I
on?
don't know. I
We
don't
don't
know.
even know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't even think she knows. But
It's
it was
really
enough to.
And also it was thrown out there last night that cracking cases was in Benny's last night, and they
Yeah.
said that she was threatening to go after cracking case's wife's job, and she's a nurse.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
This is vindictive behavior, and I think it's disgusting and revolting.
That's why I said it's not a weapon. That's not why Child Protective Services.
Well, we just talked about this last week about going real life and going for someone's job. We just talked about this. Remember? I got enough
Yeah.
flack about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not right. We can't, you can't do that.
No, you can't go after this woman's livelihood or go after their parenting just because you don't agree with the way they handle their cases. Just because, everybody handles cases differently. Everybody goes about it differently. But that doesn't mean you go real life just because you don't like their way of handling the case or because they don't believe the same thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's all about? Like it's
That's
just like,
that's what I've gotten from it, is what that's all about, is just because they're friendly with Don and Candace.
okay, here's what I don't understand. Uh-oh, who left?
Jen.
Out.
Outlawed.
How did I thought it was Tiffany Marie that was doing all this stuff with Summer Wells. What happened to her? Because all of a sudden it seems like now she's not got anything.
Well, she did it. She went live yesterday and she was doing Summer Wells.
Okay.
Yeah, she's covering a lot of the little girl Lena out of San Antonio, Texas. So she's covering a lot of her. But
hello, trucker.
Yeah, I mean, with all the craziness that's going on right now with
she's probably
all the different creators in Summer Wells case. I mean, she's just
and there's no new.
She's disgusted, and she's like, yeah, she's not happy with everything.
Yeah, there's nothing new to the Summer Wells case right now. Right. There's nothing new has come out. And it's just like everybody's bashing each other. How does that help Summer? How does all this arguing, all this fighting, being online for hours, threatening to go real life on people, how does any of this help Summer's case?
Right?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
I don't think it does. I really don't.
There's more damage being done than there is any positive.
And
It
I'm
really
no fan of voices
is.
for the voiceless, but when she was on panel and she was talking about that the wells are protected under like a victim's advocacy law or something like that in regards to something along those lines, the entire chat turned against her. Molly got mad at her, and she was right. That's the
She
best
is
part,
right. She is right.
It's
They have
whether they
not
like
been
it or not.
convicted. They have not been charged or convicted of anything. Nothing. They
Mm-mm.
are just as much victims as Summer is right now.
Right.
Yep.
It's sad. The whole thing is sad. The whole thing is sad.
And I know everybody has their own opinions on them, and you can have your own opinions, but you have to do it with some class, I guess would be the word. Now
Well,
everybody
has a right. You can't just be in an echo chamber if you're
Mm-hmm.
if you don't agree. Like if it's everybody's. Who's outlaw trucker?
He wanted to
He's
come
in
up.
your chat. He wants to come up.
You
But
might
If
want
you put the picture just onto you, Carla, make it a big screen onto you. You can make him show himself first before you let him up, and nobody else will be able to see him.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Or do
There
the
you
three
go.
dots.
Okay.
I'm having
Okay.
Cam up for a second.
I see now.
All right.
All
There
right.
you go.
Hi.
everyone is entitled to their opinion, but when you're flat out people of being responsible for their daughter's disappearance, her being drug addicts and every other accusation that
Mhm.
has that's where you cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, outlaw trucker.
Hi, outlaw trucker.
Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you guys are at, ladies. How you guys doing?
It's good.
Pretty good.
Here.
Yeah, I've been following this and following a lot of them. Tiffany Marie started out doing real good about helping Summer to get her name out there and all that. But when Tiffany opened that door and to get doxxed and all that, and there was 3 of them, they ran on that. Okay.
Mhm.
Then she went after no offense, but like Q Carlock, she also kind of forced her into doing certain things the right way, but she got bent over and got hurt because Q didn't do it. Then all of a sudden it all come backfired on her.
Yeah.
Hold up, outlaw trucker. You know me and I know you. First of all, you don't know everything that went on behind the scenes with that. So we're not going to sit up here with me on this panel and make it a Tiffany Marie bash session, okay?
I am not.
That's not going to happen with me on this panel.
Tiffany is a good gal. Don't get me wrong. It just that a lot of states that got flipped and went and attacked her.
But you don't know everything that's happened behind the scenes with that is what I'm saying. Yes, it's confusing to subs when they don't see everything, but you don't know exactly what went on behind the scenes. There's been a lot of scams in this case. For instance, the billboard and not showing transparency. When you're doing a fundraiser on YouTube and you make it public, you need to show transparency, because if you don't show transparency and they hid the live and they raised all of this money, yeah, it looks very suspicious.
And they did. Okay.
They didn't show everything. No, they did not. No, everything was not shown. No, it was not. No. Super chats was raised in that fundraiser. Proof of that has not been shown. No, it has not.
Mr. Positive, you can stay.
Who's that? What?
Mr. Positive. Hey,
Barnyard.
Barnyard. Go ahead,
Everybody
Outlaw
has their
Pepper.
Stay here,
opinions.
Mr. Positive.
Everybody has their opinions, and as long as we do it, I mean, everybody has the
Respectfully.
right to
Yeah,
their.
I'm not going to
Just do it
allow Tiffany
respectfully.
Marie to be bashed on here either.
No, absolutely not. Everybody has their own opinions, but as long as you do it respectfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a fair way and trying to show some light of what is going on out there in the backside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, nobody on this
Go ahead, you can
panel,
keep going.
none of us, 4 of us don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
We
No.
know what's like out there already. Hi, Barnyard. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Happy New Year.
Hi, Barnyard.
I just know it's just gotten horrible. Like
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it's gotten
it
to
is.
be, yeah.
It's
And,
gone way beyond.
And I know
looking for a
also know
child.
that Tiffany Marie worked really hard on this case and for
Absolutely.
And she
you
did.
know.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people give Tiffany a lot of flack
Great.
and everything, but yes, now she's monetized, but Tiffany Marie did not. I mean, she just monetized back in November, and with Tiffany, it's not about the money. But I mean, it's like Tiffany says, if she's gonna have the headache of all these different people coming at her and doxing her. I mean, Tiffany Marie's been doxed by Benny Keys. Tiffany's whole life has been doxed by Benny Keys. But it's like Tiffany said, if I'm going to be doxed and I'm gonna have all these people coming at me, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and monetize because, hey, and she has that right to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Everybody does. Everybody has that right that has a channel.
right, there's creators out there that are only in this for the money, which I absolutely detest. They're capitalizing off of this child, and it's wrong.
Well, I'm going to show you an example, like you guys brought out on Molly Go Lightly and Bullhorn Betty and all them. That's what they're doing. They're inserting themselves because now they're seeing the reward monies and all that, and that's what they're doing. And they're trying to step all over everybody and take over the cases that they didn't know wrong, but yet they're actually out there e-begging because they're not actually out there doing what we're actually doing.
Yep.
And putting the foot on the ground and like me.
Tiffany Marie worked on this case for 4 months before she ever got monetized. So no one can say she did it for the money.
No, he's not saying that.
No, he's not saying her. He's talking about
He's
Molly.
talking about Molly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Molly,
I think some have done it for money. I really do. Like, come for me if you want, but some are doing it for the money.
That's true. And what they're doing, they're showing themselves they're in their true colors, that they're being selfish, inconsiderate, and of what they have presented themselves. And not only that, MTL has been threatening a lot of creators out here behind our back. And I caught audio that she just turned around and called us all inbred idiots out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, she did.
Yep.
Oh my God.
On her light feet. Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the audio to prove it.
Ouch.
Yesterday
Barney.
Okay.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yep. And she took that video down, but I got the audio to record. I recorded that audio to save it.
Good. Yeah, even Barnyard said, personally speaking, MGL is spiraling out of control. She's acting very unresponsible.
Well, here's the thing. If you're not allowed to have an opinion that opposes someone's opinion, like people come in my chat all the time that don't agree with me. If you're not allowed to have a different opinion, then what's the point in going in a chat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is the point?
Why can't we just take it, work it out on the panel and resolve the issue and try to unite and just try to keep a respective aspect on what we do out here instead of hurting others.
Right. Well, the important thing is, bottom line, the important thing is that little girl.
Right? Absolutely.
she's the one that we should be thinking about, not fighting with each other, because what good is that doing? I don't think
She's
it's
Yeah,
not
but you
doing any
can't
good.
you
It's
can't
just
reason with somebody like Molly in regards to that and point out all this stuff, because I heard exactly how adamant she is when it was coming to calling CPS on that couple who's working on the case too. No matter what Laura did to talk her out of it, she even put them up on the panel and she was insulting to them then too. You can't reason with somebody like that. She has an agenda.
I agree. I agree. And Ems is right with what Carla was saying. There is a lot of different opinions, but it doesn't need to go into going real life or doxing. We're all adults here.
I
We should
agree.
be able to have a conversation, even if you don't agree. We can have an adult conversation without going real life.
Mm-hmm.
Barnyard says, I feel like I can speak informative about her. I can guarantee she used to not act like she is, because I would not have invested my time in a relationship with her. There's no reasoning with her. Oh,
I've noticed that she's kind of let
Yep, there's
go of
no reason.
all her
she
core
does let
people.
go of her core people.
She
Mm-hmm.
did. She let them all go.
Yeah, you can come up if you want, Barnyard.
Is the link pinned?
Link is pinned.
And it can't be easy because Barnyard and all of them cared about MGL,
Yeah.
It's got to not be easy to watch a friend that they've made on here spiral, but at the same time we have to call out what she's doing because it's not okay.
No, it's not.
Thank you, Peter.
And it's like that one day when MGL called out on their live feed, if you don't join our team, you're going to get docked and taken down. And she said it in her own words.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, lovely lady. And
Good
happy
morning. Good morning, everyone. How are
Good
y'all?
morning, Barnyard.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you
If
all.
this continues, I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt. And I did listen to a little bit of cracking cases last night. I was flipping back and forth, but the Glare was on there, and I guess he's planning to go to Tennessee also to protest against, Molly Golightly and the rest of them. But the
Good.
Glare was even. Here's what I don't agree with. The Glare was, pretty much threatening this JLR guy, and it's like, look, you don't have to do all that to be a true crime creator. You don't have to say you're going to cause physical harm. Come on now. What if you go to Tennessee, go to Tennessee and do what you need to do to help, get answers, find somewhere, whatever you have to do. But when it comes to, okay, fighting somebody in person, why? I mean, somebody's going to get hurt. This continues, somebody's going to get hurt.
Yes. And, I'm going to be honest with you. I know how, Marissa is just, she's unreasonable. You can't reason with a crazy person. And that's how she seems. Some of the texts, I'm putting a video together this morning. That's what I've been doing. I'm going to do one and done and be done with it. But she has told so many mistruths about me. And, I have to say the last few days, I haven't heard her say anything. And I've been pretty vocal, but it doesn't mean that she won't. But she has, we've been up at our cabin, but, I have sit back and watched it. And my husband, he, he's just like, he can't believe it. He told me that he kind of picked up on that from the beginning, which is blows my mind because I've always considered myself to be a pretty good judge of character. And, don't think that throughout the 3 years that we were friends, that there wasn't things that made me cringe that she would say or do, because it was, trust me. But I felt like I distanced myself enough to where, but I was wrong about that because I have been judged by my friendship. People think that I'm somebody that I'm not. And I've been accused of doing and saying things that I would never do. And so it's just, I really tried. I'm the kind of friend that I'm not going to tell you, just let you think everything. if you say or do something, I'm going to say something to you. I won't do it in front of people. I'll do it behind closed doors because that's what I want you to do to me. Well, each time that I've done that, it's put, I would feel like it's just made the distance a little bit stronger there between she and I. She didn't appreciate it. And she would sul up and we wouldn't talk for several weeks. And, we would gradually get back without addressing. And I'm not a big fan of not addressing something that's underlined, but with her, that's the way she goes through life. So she doesn't address the hard things. So we wouldn't address it. We would get over it and it would start with something small. We would get over it. And, I don't know. I appreciate a friend that will call me on my crap.
Right.
I have learned that and I used to not be like that. I mean, I'm 54 and when I was in my, when I was younger, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like constructive criticism, but as I've gotten older, you become to appreciate things that you didn't. And I just was literally surprised at the way some of the text messages that I'm going to reveal that I have been sent from her is freaking just mine. I still don't know how she expected me to unpack it, manipulate, and I have no reason to lie about anything.
Well, you're like me too. I mean, I appreciate when my friends give me constructive criticism, and you can't solve anything if you just brush everything under the carpet.
Well, that's how we grow in life. We make mistakes and we learn from them. To me, I think that's how we all become better people is going through stuff like that and being called to the table. And I know when I've stood in my own crap, that's whenever I have known that I'm not going to make this decision. When you stew in it long enough, you realize you don't want to do this again.
Right.
It's part of life. It makes us be better human beings. So it just surprises me that she gets up there and says that she's a life coach, because I'm going to tell you something. The way she acts, that is the worst advertisement she can do for her own business. I mean, let me just say that it makes me cringe to think. Sometimes I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me.
I have a question, Barnyard. A lot of people have said, Molly, stop being friends with you guys because of Molly. Other people say Molly stopped being friends with you because of blowhorn Betty.
No,
what is your? Do you think she did it on her own, or do you think she found a new place? I guess you would say.
Oh, there she is. Oh, sorry. You had your camera on. She's gonna pop back up. Hopefully.
But not only that, she also mentioned a couple of days ago when I was watching her live feed in the background, and he turned around and mentioned that Summer was another cash cow. And it's like, really?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, my cat jumped up. My cat jumped up here and hit my phone. But now, gentlemen, I heard you say that what was you saying about I heard
right, I said, you see people in chat say, she stopped being friends with like you and Two Tacos and all that because of her. Other people say she stopped being friends with you guys because she found a new place to land with Bullhorn Betty and stuff. Do you think that Bullhorn Betty has had the effect on Molly Golightly, or do you think Molly is the way she's being? Yeah,
I think it's all has to do with Marissa. I don't think it has nothing to do with, well, not personally for me anyway. I quit being, right. I come out of her Patreon probably a year prior to our friendship coming to an end. Just because of, I was thinking just little things, you know what I mean? Little things that wasn't hitting right with me. And plus summer was coming up and my mom, I had a lot of personal reasons why I was doing it. And I told her, but she was shook. I mean, whenever I did it, even though I had already told her, I was going to take a step back and, spend more time with my family and stuff. And cause this stuff was it drains you whenever you're caught up in this crap. We just come off the heels of the whole Diane situation. And I still feel strongly about that. I have my feelings. It has nothing to do with Marissa. I have my own feelings about that. But we just come off the heels of that. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to just take a step back. And so when I did it, she reached out and oh my God, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, everything's fine. And, without saying anything to anyone,
Right.
I thought to myself, well, this will tell a tale. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that our friendship was, it definitely started because I joined her Patreon. There's no doubt about it. Or we probably wouldn't have gotten as close as we did had I not joined her Patreon. But as far as I'm concerned, that wasn't the only factor. And I guess maybe part of me, if I'm being completely honest, was that maybe I was trying to, not doing a test, but I wanted to see how our friendship would fare if I wasn't paying her to, you know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, it waned here and there, we did continue to talk. And I was pretty close with her husband and Jake. They were coming here. We were going to go deep sea fishing. We live on the coast. And we had made plans and stuff. And, so, I just noticed the distance started getting more and more. And especially when her and Tiffany Marie got close. And I'm not blaming Tiffany Marie at all either. I'm just saying, it's almost like she put her interest in something else.
Right. Barnyard, Ems has a question for you.
Yeah.
She says, Barnyard, may I ask if anything stands out to you that was said about Makeup Mobster, like anything about swatting or CPS stuff?
No, and I was a lurker probably for a year and a half before I ever joined her Patreon. And before I started typing in chat, probably 6 months prior to that. So I saw a lot of stuff that I wasn't like friends with her at the time. I had watched a lot of stuff, but no, nothing, deep. I've always felt like Oni, I always felt like Oni he was a people pleaser and he wanted to please his friends. And maybe they didn't come right out and ask him to do something. But I think that if he saw that his friends was disgruntled with somebody, I think he would take it upon himself to do. I've believed that for a long time. I don't know about that. I know that whenever she got them called on her, I've never watched Makeup Mobster. I don't know much about her. I've never done anything to me. And what I've heard that she's done, Marissa, has just been hearsay. I haven't really saw, anything like that.
Right. Well, Em says thank you, and she appreciates you answering.
I think the only thing that I can remember Makeup Mobster ever doing to Molly, and this is way back when, was doing impressions of her.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marissa shouldn't be offended by that because she's hilarious with some of her impressions. Honestly, look, it's like with Marissa, she's gotten so erratic and so unpredictable that you really honestly never know what you're going to get with her. She could be in a good mood and up there, and look, it can turn on for somebody not to care what other people, which I think is bullshit. Come on. We all care. You're not human if you don't care what people think and say about you. Come on.
Absolutely.
Coach, wouldn't that be a prerequisite to being a life coach?
Exactly. And she's like, I don't care. And maybe to a degree she doesn't. I will give her that. But for somebody in chat to type one thing and her to lose her biscuits over something, I feel like it's not even, derailed track. Well, whenever I broke my leg right after Thanksgiving and I come home and I was going to the surgeon the next day, and I just happened to wake up and I'm on a splint, a wheelchair. I can't get around. And I just turned my phone on and she was live and she was calling me out. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even remember getting up out of this bed. My husband's like, where are you going? And I said, to the kitchen. I'm fixing to go on Marissa's panel. And my niece had come in to help me out. And she met me in the hallway and she's like, what's going on? And I said, I'm so freaking mad. I don't even remember getting up out of bed. But when I went up on her panel, when she was summoning me and lying, just bald-faced lying. And I went about John Crimes and I went up there and I'm defending telling her, that's not true, Marissa. That's not true. She was so dismissive that looking back, I didn't see it at the time, but my husband, when he watched it, she would first 3 times in a row, she derailed. I was talking and she would start answering somebody in chat, completely derailing what I was saying, giving it no regard. Or she was looking down at her phone and not even with a shit-eating grin on her face and not even paying attention to what. So, just you know, you don't treat people like that. I'm sorry. You summon me up there, and whenever I'm calling you out and saying that's not true, and you just disregard me like that, I lost every ounce of respect I had for her.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and she just, it was very sad and telling because and then she wants to get up there and call, and Adrian come in, and she's like, you know, she had already said this once before he come downstairs, but she's like, even Adrian asked this morning, where's your friend? Why haven't you been talking to your friend from Mississippi? And so when she got Adrian, when he come downstairs, and she said, Adrian, what happened this morning in the bedroom? And he repeated what she had said already. I said, wow, well, I guess I appreciate him missing hearing your redneck friend come across your phone. I mean, what was I supposed to do with that? What difference did it make? What Adrian had said, you know, that was just to me, that was just smoke and mirrors trying to make it look like she's still being a friend when she's not.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
now, do you think that she's doing this case for the money, or do you think that she's doing this case generally because she cares?
Money. Because, I'm not going to say that she doesn't care a little bit, but she is so it embarrasses me. I'm embarrassed for her because she doesn't possess the to be able to be embarrassed. I don't think she has that in her to be embarrassed about. But I'm embarrassed at the way she talks about people, the way she talks about that couple, that Allie and Cam, whatever their name. It is embarrassing the way she degrades and people, you know, and it makes me think, you know, because anytime we've talked, she immediately tries to start talking like, you know, it's just a lot of people do that. People from the South. And I've got a very heavy, thick accent. I know that I do, but I'm not stupid by no means. I've got a college degree. But she automatically tries to demean people that has an accent or that is not from the North, I feel like, by being ignorant and putting everybody down. I mean, to even call anybody an incel or inbred is the most vile thing that you could say.
Yeah.
Something I heard that was said was, maybe we should black out some teeth so we fit in, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the Tennessee thing. That was going down to Tennessee.
Yeah,
for
who says
fit
stuff
in
like
to
that?
Exactly.
Terrible.
It is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to even think that, but you know, and then to verbalize it and think, you know, all I can say is all her little followers, her yes people that she's got right now, and look, I'm gonna give it to her. She can build it. I mean, she's almost like Katie, MFW. I feel like people are there to see a shit show, you know, because you really never know what you're going to get. But she does have some loyal follower. I will say that, some yes people. And I look back, guys, and so I'm all about self-reflection, and I'm like, okay, was I just overlooking things? Because I promise you, the way she is right now and the way she's been the last year, I couldn't handle it. I had to like get away because that's not who I am. I don't like being around people like that. And so I think, well, has she always been like that? Or, you know, so maybe she has, and I just didn't see it, or I don't know. So it really, that has probably worried me the most about.
Here's the thing with that, Barnyard. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
You've been close to and left. And I know Tacos. Tacos was.
She's good people.
Die hard for Marissa. I mean, I've talked to Tacos behind the scene, and for her to leave.
Well, whenever she, you know, we're all in a group chat of us and Tacos and Kate. There's about 5 of us. We were all 5 or 6. We were all in a group chat, and you know, I'm the kind of person, because when we go up to my mom's or somewhere, we don't have good service, and I'll lose 2 or 3 days. There'll be lots of chat, and I don't even go back and try to catch up. I just start when I get home, you know. So, but if I see, or if I know that one of our close friends or whatever is, you know, struggling or anything, I will send a text message out to the other people privately and say, hey, I feel like we need to show this person a little extra love, something so and so's going on. So I did that with Tacos, not once, but several times when she started getting sick. And so that, you know, everybody would respond, but Marissa, she never responded. And then when I talked to her, I said something to her, and her reaction Oh, I guess that may have been like one of the big nails that went in the coffin for me. And I said, she's really sick. She said, oh, fuck, I'm sick of hearing that. Everybody's sick. We're all sick. We're all fucking dying. Okay, this is after a year of me listening to her get up there and talk about her freaking little brain tumor, which is really just a lesion. And belly aching about that. When she said that to me, I thought to myself, wow, there is no loyalty in that girl. I mean, I got ordained first. I was going to marry Tacos, and I knew Tacos would like for Marissa to do it because she's close to Marissa. She looked up to Marissa. And so I talked to Marissa about it, and she was going to have Adrian Zoom in to Dallas, and we were all there and do it. And so I told Marissa, I said, look, I got ordained in like an hour. You can get ordained. So I sent her the information, and I said, because that would make Tacos so happy. So, Marissa did it. And, but so when I'm saying this to you guys, it's not like Tacos is just an acquaintance. I mean, she got ordained and married her. She performed the ceremony. So to say that about somebody like that, not so like just grouped us in, and I'm not saying that we should have been, held to a different standard and coddled or anything like that. That's not the way it was. I felt like the whole situation deserved a little bit more respect. And I've told her this, I've told my group this. When I was in the first grade, I stuttered, and I still do. But my mom and dad had to take me out of school. I had to go to a speech therapist. It was so bad that my mom used to tease my dad and tell him that I was Mel Tillis's daughter. I've like just grown up being like this my whole life. But I heard her say the other day when I was up at my mom's that you can tell I'm lying when I stutter. That went all over me.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's how you can tell when I'm lying, when I'm stuttering. And I know I have divulged that what I just told you guys about being taken out of school in the first grade, because I'm pretty vocal about that with people, because I guess I say that to people to explain what I know I'm going to do. You know what I mean? It's just something I've done my whole. So to be so freaking nasty about that, I would never, ever put somebody down and say that. And I don't lie. I have no reason to lie. It's too much trouble trying to keep up with it. Tell the truth, and you don't have anything to worry about. So she is a piece of work, guys. That's all I can say. And I'm so glad that I saw, and I told Tacos, I said, look, we are better off. And we are, first of all, I don't feel like I've got this umbrella hanging over me. I'm really looking forward to going into 2022 without her collateral damage. I have had to make some amends because like I said, I've been, people have thought that I've said and done things that I would never do, just because I guess I was so close to Marissa. And that really, I guess that's what bothers me the most out of everything, is that how people thought that they perceived me to be something I wasn't, because of the friends I kept, so that answers my first question I told you guys. Has she always been like this? Obviously she has, and I just didn't see it, You
didn't see it because you were her friend.
Yeah. And I guess I made excuses for it. I felt like me calling her to the table for things that she said, I felt like that was, I guess I felt like, she's getting better. I'm letting her know that how I feel, but in hindsight, looking back, it didn't bother her. It really did. It just pissed her off that I was, not going along with her shit. That's how that she would get mad. And, but whenever she called me up and asked me if I had been in John Crime's chat, I said, yeah. And I know what I said, because I wouldn't say anything different.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I was actually talking to Mr. Positive in John. And this was truly, I would catch John's lives on the replay. I hardly ever caught him live, but this particular day I did. And Mr. Positive was in chat, and we were talking, and there was somebody else in there. I think it's a clip channel. I can't remember who they were, but they said, is this the real Barnyard? Because there was somebody that was a clone. And I said, yes, I'm the real Barnyard. Well, Marissa had called me up and she asked me, had I been in his chats? And I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I normally don't catch his lives, but I did the other day. I normally catch him on the replay. And she said, how can you be in there the way he does, Tiffany Marie? Yeah. Well, I said, look, Marissa, I'm going to go where I want to go. And that's the way I've always been. Well, we get off the phone. And there were some other things said. We get off the phone, and about 30 minutes after I get the phone, I get a screenshot of where I'm talking to Mr. Positive in chat. And I'm actually saying, yes, this is the real barnyard. And she sent me that. And she said, maybe this is why people tell me I should never trust you. And I'm going to tell you guys, I thought, this is it, bitch. Don't ever send me something like. So I wrote her back and I said, yes, I was talking to Mr. Positive, and I went in, and then she popped off about Mr. Positive and about him not having a wrench, just a bunch of. And I said, look, Marissa, I'm 54 years old. No one tells me where to go or who to type in, whose chat to type in. No one. And I mean that, and I've always felt like that. So, so anyway, I said, and if you have to question my loyalty and who I am at this point, then I think you already have your answer. Because that I feel like I have been a good enough friend to you and loyal enough that if you're questioning my motives at this point, then you already have your answer. Don't send me that kind of shit. I don't have time for it. That's honestly how I feel. And, she said sorry. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell you, she was very manipulative, telling me how much she loved me. And if I ever screw her over, I would just wait. I'm going to include it in this little video. I thought to myself, now, how do you expect me to unpack that message? It insulted my intelligence because she was trying to come up.
That you can't go where you want to go. You can't talk. So if you want to listen to someone and she doesn't like them, that you can't type in that chat.
Exactly. Exactly. And then sent me text later on whenever I'm trying to get her to, her and Tacos. And I said, look, Tacos, she had blocked Tacos. And I said, Taco, it did a community post, and I sent her a screenshot of it. And I said, hey, have you seen this? And would you be willing to talk to Tacos? And I sent her the screenshot of what Tacos community post said. And as soon as I sent that, within a second, I got back never in bold print. So she didn't even read what Tacos had wrote. I knew that. And she wrote back never. And I said, wow, Marissa, is what the little dealio between you and Tacos really worthy of a never? And she wrote back and said, I laid it out on the ground for you guys in the beginning, that you basically saying that she told me in the beginning that where I was allowed to go and where I wasn't. Well, let me tell you something. That never happened, because if she had tried that shit 3.5 years ago, our friendship never would have went anywhere, because I'm not going to be talked to like that by anyone. My husband doesn't even talk to me like that. Nobody's going to tell me you can't go here. That's bull crap. Yeah, and anybody that puts up with that is crazy, so I know she never tried saying that in the beginning to me. So, I mean, I've been very disappointed.
Carla, I'm going to have to jump down, but
okay, honey.
You ladies,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, that's good. I mean,
if you ladies are around in Discord tonight, I'll pop in once everybody gets settled here, and fill you guys in on all I can. So we'll have a voice chat or something. Okay.
All right.
Love you. Okay, I will talk to you later. Have a good day. Sweetie. Bye.
But I will say that I'm grateful for one thing. I have come out with some great friends that I've met through Marissa, that I probably wouldn't have met had it not been for her. And I'm grateful, very grateful for them, because I don't take my friends lightly. I'm, when you get to be 54 years old, you've went through friends that are there for a season or a reason. So I hang on to the ones that are there for a reason now,
Yeah. Sometimes that's the best way to keep, that's what happened to me last year too. Like, I lost some friends, but I gained some awesome friends.
Yes.
People that, I'll probably have for the rest of my life. So yeah.
Well, I've never asked for a wrench. Never asked for it, but when she would get mad at Tacos or any of our little group, I would lose mine too, and then she would act stupid. Why didn't you get your wrench? Well, bitch, really? Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because you took it, but if she was waiting on me to say anything to her about it, honey, she would be dead by now, because I never would have said anything about it. I could care less about a wrench. That's not a big enough bargaining tool for me. I mean, so
and some people take those wrenches way too seriously. I'm actually happy when I don't have a wrench, because I don't have to watch the chat. I don't.
Yes.
I mean? Like, I can enjoy what's going on, but I don't know. Some people really take it seriously, and
Connie wanted to ask a question. Hey, Ginger Lots mom, love you, beautiful.
Connie, please, may I ask Barnyard? Okay, it's up to you, Barnyard.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready. Okay. Whatever she wants to ask.
Ask her anything. Uh,
And Barnard, you are absolutely correct. I stuttered for a long time myself. I do have a disability. I'm dyslexic, and I do turn things around as well in life, and it's hard. I mean, a lot of people see it and they turn around and then use red flags and turn around and bully and call us names and everything else and shut us down. It's like, what did we deserve to be like this?
Exactly. I mean, we're presented with enough obstacles in just in life in general, and the last thing you need is people that you're supposed to be friends with putting you down, whether it's a sleight of the hand or what. I mean, first of all, if you're a good friend, you would never try to make somebody feel bad about stuff like that. I mean, that's not the kind of friend I am, and it's sure not the kind I want. Why does Adrian stay with her? That is the golden question. I don't know, because I really have so much respect for Adrian. You guys, I struggle with.
I think he's a saint.
I struggle with a decision that I've been thinking of. I mean, I don't know it. I don't know how he can't see it, and I don't know if he does see it. That's what I'm. The big burning question is, does he see? What we see, and I can't imagine him seeing it and not saying something about it. Let me just say that. I don't know though.
I think he does see it, but he just doesn't want no part of it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe her good in his eyes, maybe the good things that she does outweighs, is enough for the balancing beam that is, he just overlooks. I don't know. I wondered the same thing, and look, I've been told things that I have found and I believe that are true, but things I'm not going to repeat about that whole situation that I would never repeat. So I just sit back and watch and listen, and it's very sad. It's very sad. I hate seeing my friend spiral, and I honestly feel with everything in me, she needs help. She honestly needs help.
She does scream loud at night.
Yeah, and if she would
do that too,
if she would listen, but I know that it would fall on deaf ears. I want so bad to just reach out and say, look, it's gonna be okay. Take a deep breath, let it go, and let's go get some help. Let's go talk. That's what I want for her, but I know that you can't help somebody that doesn't see that they have a problem. And I know that. So unfortunately, my hands, I'm not the kind of person to walk away and not try to help someone. And I feel like that's what I'm doing here, but there's really nothing I can do but walk away. She doesn't.
I don't think you walked away. I think you were pushed away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were definitely some distance had grown, and yeah, but whenever you just can't go through life treating people like that and not expect to lose people.
It's really sad to me, and I don't know if it's sad to you, is it's the people that were closest to her, the people that really cared about her, that she just let go.
That blew my. It's like yeah, right. Like she was just washing her hands, and okay, that blew my mind. That whenever that happened to me, and I thought, well, when I saw her do tacos like that, I thought, wow. And over the last year or so, I thought, okay, when I would hear things out of her own mouth, I said, okay, if she's talking to you like that about them, you can guarantee she's talking about you like that to them. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. But when I saw her so easily throw tacos away like that and just dismiss her, that was it. I was like, okay, if you can dismiss and treat people like they are absolutely nothing to you, never have been, and not even care. Honestly, I don't think it bothers her. I do not think.
And here's the thing too with tacos, and I talk to her behind the scenes, not all the time, but I know that hurt her. I know it in my heart.
It did. It broke her heart. It really did.
Her. And that's why I was telling someone, I said, there's no way I will turn my back on tacos ever. She's supported me all along, and we're not like besties or anything, but I wouldn't treat her like that. I just wouldn't.
No. Well, she, with the way she did tacos, and it wasn't just tacos, like Case Miles, for instance. They had become, over the last 3 years, they had not been friends, and I was, behind the scenes out rallying them both to, mend it. In the whole Mary O situation, I asked Marissa when that happened with her. I said, "Do you want me to try to reach?" Because I had Mary O and I had become friends. I said, "Do you want me to try to talk to her?" I did everything I could to mend that, but it was when I finally got Mary O to the point of where she was wanting to talk to Marissa. Marissa acted like she didn't care if she ever talked to her again. And I didn't want Mary O to know that Marissa was acting like that. So I found myself really in a tough predicament. And then the night that she got up on Diane's panel and did that and said that and I did tell Marissa that because somebody told me that, and I swore Marissa to privacy. To secrecy. I said, please do not ever, because I don't want to be caught up in crap like that. And I would never, ever humiliate or embarrass someone by saying something like that. Never on a public, never would I. So when I was awakened by my husband that Marissa had reached out to him and told me to get on panel, I didn't know I walked into that. When I found out what was being said, I remember thinking, you've got to be, I was so mad. And I just couldn't believe that. And guys, she didn't think anything. It was nothing. And y'all know how Mary O was a ride or die for her. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah, she was.
And to do that to Mary O, Marissa to do, I'm not saying Mary O was perfect, but to humiliate her like that, I would never do anyone like that. So I was upset. I was very upset at Marissa because I come out of that situation looking like a shit starter. And that I was, I wasn't upset about that. It didn't make me feel good, but I was more upset that, I asked you not once, several times, please, because listen, after I'd sworn her to secrecy, we were on a 3-way, me, her, and Tacos. And she told Tacos, this is several days after I'd sworn her to secrecy. And it's not like I just said, please don't say anything. And she didn't say anything back. She gave me the validation that she would not repeat that. So then she did it to Tacos. That wasn't the first time that she did it on Diane's, but I couldn't take it back because she already knew it. So when she did it on the phone with Tacos, I really got upset and I reiterated, not then just to Marissa, but to Tacos too. Then I had 2 people I had to worry about. I thought, okay, girl, you hadn't learned enough in life not to repeat something to myself. But then I had Tacos I had to be sure wouldn't repeat it. And Marissa, again, I reiterated, and you can ask Tacos this, please do not ever say that again. Don't repeat. So when I got up on Diane's panel that night and that was being said, I wanted to die. That was so uncalled for. And there's not enough I could apologize to Mary O for, even though, I was wrong by confiding in Marissa, but I really thought that I could trust her. I did. I mean, you would think a life coach, you would be able to trust with things, but that just showed me how, she didn't care to go low. You know what I mean?
I'm so careful about who I tell what to anymore, and I've gotten such bad, Yeah, it
was very sad, and I'm not going to say that I've been ugly to people that over the last 3, I haven't been. I probably wasn't as kind as I could have been, and maybe I was a little aloof, but because of my friendship with Marissa. So maybe I subconsciously wasn't, as friendly as I would normally be toward people. But so for anybody that I've offended, I greatly, apologize because, if you've never done, look, I don't even know, I have never met you guys. Very few of these people I've met, but I still spend my time here, my free time here. And why fight with people that you don't even know and that you're probably never going to meet?
It's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. That's why her being a life coach, she should know that.
Yeah, she's not very good advertisement for herself.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
She's definitely not. Well,
I'm sorry to say that, but
And not only that, it takes 6 months of good training to be a life coach. You got to go through a lot of training to be one.
Yes, absolutely. Well, look, I got another doctor's appointment. I get to get an X-ray and see.
Okay.
See my rod.
I've been on longer than I usually go on, but thank you so much for coming up. You answered a lot of questions for me too. That I have.
Oh, you're so welcome. I hope you all guys have a great new year. And Ginger Locks Mom, my appointment's at 11, so give me a buzz later on if you can. And I love you guys. Y'all have a great rest of the week. And
Love you
thanks for
too.
letting me come up.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Outlaw Trucker, thank you for coming up, but I think I'm going to call it a day too. I think it's like, but you can come up anytime if you want to come back. If you want to come back and talk.
Certainly, but like I said, I've been a 31-year truck driver, and I've been out here helping a lot of kids out here and young adults and everybody, and they don't know exactly what we do out here. And I am part of the Trucker Buddy program to help kids, and I have retrieved over the years several kids that were kidnapped and all that. We
Oh,
actually
God
did find
bless
them.
you. God bless you.
Yeah,
That's
but
like,
we can actually put Marissa and all them in the ground of exactly what we do. We don't go out there and eat bag. We don't go out there.
Here's the thing. If you're really wanting to do help, you don't need the accolades or the advertisements. The people that really want to help, they don't want that. They just do what they need to do. You know,
yeah, we just run on it, and we don't get all the donations and all that. We actually use our own money.
Right.
And we don't announce it. Well, what we do, I used to run the carnival 3 years, and I've had several kids come up and ask me if I was their dad and all that. And that really hurt. But I actually turned around and helped those scared kids still come to fear the rags.
Well, bless you for doing that. That's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate your point of view, your opinion. Yeah, I appreciate that.
But like I said, the real people don't go out here and advertise and slam people or anything like that, because I get out here and I get public humiliated, name calling of what news media has done, never showed the good side of our side and everything else. And they still call us murderers and child rapists and all that. But when they do it, it hurts all of us.
Yeah. Well, I knew some really great. Well, actually, my son-in-law is a trucker. So, yeah, I have a lot of respect for them. And he's got 3 kids of his own. So, you know.
One day and stop and ask him how bad the social media and everybody put on us. Ask him one day.
Yeah, it's like motorcycle gangs. They're not all bad. Some of them are really good, you know. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much. Come back anytime you want to come up on panel again.
I'd be honored to.
Okay. You take care of yourself and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.